Hello, everyone. If anyone was here when I first arrived, you just saw a blank screen. I was muted, and that scared me. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Hello, happy Friday. Don't really often go at this time, but I was like, you know what? I've got a free Friday. Why not? I've got some things I got to do. I'm reading kind of a spooky read. It feels like a Friday night thing. So, yeah, this is really great. I do have to let you all know, let me know in the comments as well what you're reading. I saw a few people joining who must have joined after Katie's sprints. I saw that Katie was sprinting earlier, and that's why I kind of scheduled for 4. Katie, let me know if I ended up like making you kind of cut things short, and you never have to. Please continue to run even if I start, but I was like, I hope that I'm giving Katie enough time to sprint, because I know that you like to sprint for a good amount of time. But anyways, so I'll be reading The Dead Take the A Train by Cassandra Khaw. I see that Coda is also reading a book by Cassandra Khaw. I've got to say, so mine's a dual writer. So another author on this is Richard Kadri. So The Soul Grows Heavy. Coda, what are you thinking about this? Caca indeed. Super cool and not planned, everyone, I promise. Coda and I, we just happen to be aligned sometimes. So while I'm reading this, I'm also reading The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. This one I'm buddy reading with book lover Laura. She is the sweetest person ever. You should all go check her out. We've been having really thoughtful discussions, and she's been patient with me because I've kind of been neglecting this for other things. But I really like this author too. So I actually am enjoying every single read I am having at the moment, which is really lovely. Hello, Katie. Yes. So I would like to petition for you to move to Minnesota, please and thank you. You simply live too far. I know. I am so sad that, you know what, this is why they say, like, it's amazing to meet your booktube friends and everything like that, but actually the negative is that you suddenly believe that virtual friends is not enough. Like, we all need to like move to a neighborhood and just like convene there. The entire community. We can name the town something really cute and bookish, and we all just live there. That's what I think we need to do. Hello, James. I'm reading Powerless by Lauren Roberts, not to be confused with the other Powerless, which is by Elsie Silver, which I also have to read next month. You're just going through all of the titles that are similar. I'm 189 out of 502. Wow, this book is big, and don't want to sleep until I'm done. You have 300 pages to go, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you did get through it before you went to bed, because you're a reading machine. Good afternoon, Leandra. Hello, Alicia. Excited for sprints. I know it's Friday evening for me, but it's Saturday afternoon for you. I'm currently reading Sweet Nightmare, sitting at page 247 out of 474. Ooh, I love like the number switches, like 47, 74. So you're like approximately halfway, a little bit over that. Also, Sweet Nightmare. That's an interesting title. Hello, Glenda. What are you reading? What's up with you? I feel like I haven't checked in with you about what you're currently reading at the moment. Good evening. Hello, Fairy Librarian. How are you? I will be starting Springtide by Scylla and Rolf Borland, a Scandinavian detective book. Has it been translated into English? I think one of my favorite things that we don't see enough are mystery translations. So I would love to know if that's been translated. If not, I can always Google it. In fact, I'll star it in case. But also, yeah, Coda, by the way, let me know what you're thinking of this book, because that was my only experience with Khaw before this one. And I would argue this sounds more like Richard Kadri than it does Cassandra Khaw, but I've also only read one book by both authors. So, Hello, Jamie. How are you? I see that you are listening to The Cursed Carnival and Other Calamities by Rick Riordan while sorting out my new books from the library book sale. I hope they were successful. I love library book sales. So where I'm from, we used to have them like every weekend over the summer. A different library would host one. It was a big event. People would be like lining out the door. Now where I live, it's just kind of like all the time. So that means that the pickings aren't as good and just doesn't feel as exciting. So I kind of miss that atmosphere. Hello, Julie. How are you? Also, Julie, I don't know if you saw, because I can't tell, but I sent out a link as far as invites if people wanted to join. But I don't know like which places in the Discord that you are available to, because I just thought to do it for the Amazing Readathon one, but I don't know if you have access to that. So if you're free, it's a Friday, so we could have some Pennsylvania people on the screen. Hello, Beatrice. It's getting late for you. How are you? Are you enjoying your Friday evening? What are you reading, by the way? Like, what are you up to? Hello, Sam. How are you? What are you doing today? Like, what are you reading? Or some people might be productive. Maybe they're still at work. I'm so sorry that it's Friday. Hello, ML. Meanwhile, I was gonna say, maybe ML, how are you doing with the end of your semester? I hope that no students have made things more difficult than they typically are, because sometimes the students need the help and we're there to help them. But it's also, sometimes it can be stressful for everyone. The Cursed Carnival is great. That's good to know. I need everyone to know. I have actually not read anything by Rick Riordan. I know. It seems kind of crazy. So that's going to be an author I have to eventually try. How is it on audio? Good question. Are there different narrators? I love it when we have a full cast of narrators. It doesn't happen as often as it should, but I think they're getting better about that because they know that we love it so much. The one thing I don't like, okay, I'm on a tangential mood today. I realized I don't think I like the reads where, say there's like a man and a woman, a romance, for instance, and the woman does all of the women's dialogue and the man does all of the men's dialogue, no matter whose chapter you're in. I find that very startling. I don't think I like that. So yeah, maybe I think I've only experienced it once, so maybe it's something I need to get used to. Hello, Millie, reading Heartless today. Heartless by which author? Because this is another book that I think, or another title that probably is attached to a lot of books. I am thinking that you're talking about Elsie Silver, because that's our current read-along choice for this month, because it's book 2 in the Chestnut Springs series. But yeah, you let me know. Actually, Millie, if this is the one, I have it right here, so I can represent you today on the screen. Good afternoon, Moore. I'm taking a break from reading today, but I wanted to drop in and say hi. Oh, thanks, Moore. And also, I fully support this. On top of that, congratulations on your new book name. Your new booktube name, Moore's Bookshelf. Very fun. I know you were kind of like on the fence. You weren't sure. You were still thinking about it, but I'm glad you made the plunge. Very cute. And now you have your name in the title, which is, if that's something that you really like, then that was kind of a choice for me too. I like purposely chose my booktube name so that my name was in the title. But yeah, congratulations on that. And we totally support non-reading days. I think we need that sometimes. We think we need to read all the time. Hello, Lily. How are you? What are you up to? What are you reading? Or are you working on a project? We also appreciate creative projects here. I started The Grimrose Girls, but I don't know if I'm in the mood for it. It didn't grab me right away. Is it the mood, or do you think it's the writing? Because that is a title I've thought about picking up a few times, but I've also seen mixed reviews about it, so it's been preventing me. I'm almost finished with The Never King by Nikki St. Crow. I have 30-ish minutes left in the first sprint. You'll finish. Yes, I love that. Maybe our first finish of the night. However, I know that Coda only has 14 pages in his book too, so it might be a race, but also take your time. Reading Charlie Hernandez and the Golden Doom by Ryan Salejo, or Calejo is probably what it is. A middle grade series based around Latin myths. I am actually really fascinated by this because I just finished the Sunbearer trials, which included a lot of like Latinx myths, and I learned so much. And I think it was also some indigenous myths too. It was really good. That was YA, but I love seeing that in middle grade too. Hello to Neil. Off work, congratulations. Hoping to catch up on reading. I hope that you don't have to work this weekend so you can actually just enjoy yourself. But that might not be how your work schedule works. This week has not been a productive reading week. Oh my gosh, I understand. Mine has surprisingly been productive, but only because I think I've been bad about sleeping. Like I don't think I've gotten enough sleep lately. And so I wish there was a way to balance everything. There is. It's just we aren't very good at it. I feel like the biggest slacker. I'm still reading The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Oh my gosh, don't feel like a slacker at all. Especially if that's like the pace you're doing it. It could be your life, like life gets in the way. Are you enjoying it? Like as long as you're enjoying it, then that's okay. Take your time. I have been taking my sweet time with The Glass Hotel. I was actually surprised to find out that I was halfway. I didn't think that I was halfway because I thought I was reading it really slowly. So like we've all been there. Don't worry. As long as you're having fun with it. Hello, Joshua. How are you? Well, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing great. You are reading a pretty hard-hitting book, though. Beloved by Toni Morrison, a reread for uni. Are you excited? Is that like a reread where you're like, yes, I'm really happy to be doing that? I will say that once in a while, back when I was in university, and there would be a book that I read previously, I was always like, oh, good, because I already have a fresh understanding of the story. So then I can kind of get into the nitty gritty and like focus on details and everything like that. Beloved, though, that one can be a tough one because it is like some dark stuff going on. I would say my favorite Toni Morrison is Mercy, but I also think that's probably one of her more like tame books as far as graphic content on the page. So I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit of a wimp. Hello, Saluna. I feel like it's been a little while since I've seen you. Maybe we've been on different schedules. I hope you've been well, and I hope you're enjoying your day. It's really good to see you. Let me know what you're up to. Hello, Jen. Also good to see you too. Oh my gosh, guys, we have a pretty big house tonight. I'm really surprised. This was kind of just serendipitous for me. I should have done a week ago. Oh, sigh. You know what? It's okay. Do you have the audiobook? Are you physically reading it? Because remember, we can't compare ourselves, especially when other people have audiobooks, because it does, ease as far as like continuous time. It's still reading, of course, but like whenever I'm reading an audiobook, I'm like, I know I'm going to finish it faster than if I just relied on my eyeballs. So there's that. I haven't read anything by Frida McFadden. A lot of people have told me I should. I just don't know which book to start with, to be completely honest. Enjoying it. It's weird and literary and gory and beautiful. Every single adjective you've used, I completely recommend, or I completely agree. Can I speak today? Definitely something I'll reread at some point. See, for me, this was a book that I probably don't think I'd be interested in rereading, but I 100% agree that it's very literary, it's very gory and dark. Like the atmosphere was really great, especially as far as it being kind of this mermaid fairy tale retelling, or like reimagining. Not sure what I'm going to read. Well, Jen, let me know when you decide. If you need help, we certainly can help you out. Are you in the middle of any reads that you've kind of been neglecting, or are you looking for something fresh? Good morning, Nicole. I was wondering if you'd be awake. I feel like it's really early for you still, though. But I was kind of like, what time is it over at that side of the world? Because I couldn't really remember. But is it probably like 6 or 7 a.m. for you? I feel like that's probably what it is. Hello, Maddie. Okay, so this is a perfect plug. Before I even read the comment, Maddie is hosting Mystery and Mayhem. It's a week-long readathon, so if someone needs something short or if they want something to kind of delve into, get them in the mood prior to the amazing readathon, I highly recommend you check it out. It looks like maybe the Lassies team are in need of some support. They look like they might be the smallest team. I'm a part of the masterminds. So, I mean, is anyone surprised? But yeah, so definitely check it out. It's going to be really chill. Everyone's been really lovely in the Discord and just like having a really fun time. Anyways, excited to use this time to get some cooking done and listen to Echo North. Perfect. Also, I should say, Maddie's going to be joining us on Sprints on Tuesday. So you all will get to meet her too, which is really fun. By the way, Maddie, if you want to send me a picture for the thumbnail, that'd be great. I've been meaning to ask you and I keep forgetting. You all should move to Portugal. Honestly, though, Europe would probably be the best choice because there's so many different countries and travel is just a lot easier compared to in the US. Like everyone is so far apart. We need a car for everything or a plane. I wish our train systems were better. So I wouldn't be against this idea. Hello, JL. How are you? I hope I was like beta readers. How is that progress going? I know that you weren't fully finished with it yet to send out back when we talked last time. Hope you're all well this afternoon. Portland, Oregon is over 80 today. Oh my gosh. After a week of rain and 50s, it's intense. I bet, especially and humid. I can imagine it'd be super humid potentially. I know that the West Coast isn't as humid, but with that like temperature change and with the Northwest being pretty damp, I would think that. It's super rainy here today. I've just been bundled up. I will tell you all, I am already in my pajamas. I do not plan on going anywhere this evening. So completely different over here. I have 200 pages left in the Sunbearer Trials, hoping to at least finish that tonight. What are you thinking, Tennille? Are you enjoying it? Are you finding the like social media / modern references as weird as I am? Everyone should know I really enjoyed this book. It's super fun. I can't wait for the second book to come out. But that was the one thing that I thought was weird. Like there were Vine references in there. And I was like, who are these demigods? Like what is going on? I'm loving the cover of the book. You're reading, I must look it up. Honestly, yes. And it's super like kind of fun, quirky. It's a bit of a weird, there is kind of horror, but it's like fantasy horror, I would argue, because there's some fantastical elements, use of magic. It's set in New York City. That's why I'm saying like more voice is definitely Richard Kadri more than it is Cassandra Khaw, because I just finished The Pale House Devil, which is a super short horror fantasy novella. So I'm finding it very funny and also just like kind of wacky. And it is a gorgeous cover. Have you read Heartless yet? I haven't. I have not read it yet. But from what I hear, everyone adores it. Genuinely, everyone. This is everyone's favorite book. If not, I think book 4, Reckless, is everyone's favorite. Brittany has been broadcasting it all week that she has read this in one day. She didn't mean to, but that's exactly what happened. So, do I have high hopes? 100%. Am I also nervous because I've never read a single dad romance? Also 100%. So we're going to see how it goes. I'm loving this. I was really nervous, mainly because I wasn't sure how dark it would be after reading The Salt Grows Heavy and how literary that book was. But I'm 33% in. I'm a third of the way through. I have to listen to it on audio because that's the only way I have access to it. But I'm really liking it. I like the audiobook narrator. I think she's doing an excellent job. Yeah, I'm surprised by how much I'm enjoying it. She's basically kind of like not a bounty hunter, but she is like a person for hire for very weird, messy jobs, like dangerous jobs, dealing with like demons and other creatures that like want to kill her or kill others. Like it opens up with this like bridesmaid at this bridal party, and she's possessed. And Julie, the main character, has to like cut the thing out. It is crazy, and it's just progressing from there. I still don't really know what the overarching plot is. I've just been having a good time. So hopefully that clears things up though soon. I'm rotating many books. Speaking of Julie, a different Julie, Bandit Queens, Truly Devious, Heartless, and Godkiller. Oh my gosh, Godkiller is amazing. Truly Devious was really fun. I didn't finish that series though. And Bandit Queens, I know that is, I know why you're reading that now that I think about it. That is a favorite of Nicole by Dusty Book Sniffers. And Heartless, you're juggling all of the important reads, and like 2 of those I have to read myself. I know this is too many, but I'm trying to beat the slump. Yeah, just juggle. Just keep juggling. It'll be fine. I am EST. Oh, what? Alicia, why did I think that you and I were not on the same time zone? Why did I think you were Australian? What is going on? I'm actually shocked. I've probably made so many weird references to you every time you've been in the chat because I thought that you are on the other side of the world. I'm so sorry. You're also an East Coaster. I absolutely like this plan. That neighborhood needs to be picked carefully for us to have good luck at surviving climate. Oh my gosh, I know. I feel like what often gets referenced is the Northeast, Ohio, randomly. At least if we're talking about the U.S. So I feel like that those might be the places to survive. I don't want us to get into it, but unless we want to. But that's when I've read a lot of climate fiction books. Usually they reference those areas as far as like survival. I'm reading The Salt Grows Heavy this morning with Coda. Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Should have it finished by morning tea. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts, Nicole, because I'm wondering. I'm not surprised that Nicole, or I'm not surprised that Coda's into it, but Nicole, I don't know if it'll be your cup of tea. If it is, that'll be very good to know. Hello, Donna, sitting outside while my son scooters and reading. That sounds lovely. I'm glad you're having good weather because we are not. Still working. When I get to read, I'll go back to Hazel Holt's The Cruelest Month, a nice mystery from around 1990 set in Oxford. That sounds very interesting and up my alley. I don't really read mysteries that are like post 1960 and pre 2000. I don't know why. So I'll keep that one in mind. It is translated in English. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and start that comment so I can see like if I can get access to it. I'm doing a mix of uni work and hopefully finishing Blood Scion. I never know how to say that word. Scion? I'm currently at 86%, but I have been up for almost 24 hours and it's now 6 a.m. So Luna, you need to nap. You need to take a nap. Oh my gosh. But also if you've got more work to do, I fully support you. Get through it. I'll be reading either Landmarks, a novel by Mary Ann Lessert. Ooh, climate fiction, Glenda. the key to my heart. The Secret Library by Kekla Magoon. Ooh, middle grade. Or All We Were Promised by Ashton Lattimore, historical fiction. You are juggling so many different vibes, which honestly works. That's how I like to juggle my reads. Hello, Carissa. How are you? What are you up to today? What projects are you involved in? Currently working on a sweater while listening to book 2 in The Raven Boys. Perfect. I knew that you were reading The Raven Boys from last time we chatted. Hello, Linz. Hope you're doing well. I'm currently working on today's pages of When the Moon Hatched. For those wondering what this is for the book club hosted by Katie from I Would Rather Be Reading and Rainy from Rainy Blue Reads. It's their first book for their book club. So if you want to join and be a part of the OG group, then maybe jump on that train. I put a hold on The Honey Witch today. So excited to read it next Tuesday. I've been seeing a lot of press about this book, and the author has been doing a lot of work, kind of showcasing it and being really excited. So it does kind of intrigue me. It looks like a good one. I can finally join your sprints most of this time when you sprint on my work. I know. It's because I choose my typical sprints these days have been Tuesday during the day. It's because that's one of my days off. But I do think I might start incorporating a few more, per month on the weekends. I don't think I could ever guarantee every weekend, because I just don't think that that's healthy for everyone. But I kind of have missed, because we usually get a bigger crowd and it's really fun. By the way, everyone, when we hit the 30-minute mark, if I haven't gotten to the end of the comments, I'll make sure to jump us into a sprint so that we're feeling productive. So there we go. I'm getting through it. I have so much grading, but I'm avoiding it currently. I understand. It's 9 p.m. at the moment in Portugal, waiting for dinner, but I just arrived from a trip, so I am very tired and got a bit behind on my reads, but I'm trying to prioritize Call of the Sea. That sounds good. And again, prioritize having fun going on a trip. Last weekend, when I was visiting with Katie, Nell, Bree, and Vanessa, we did not get any reading done, and it was fine. Our library has a bookstore, and twice a year they have a bag of book sale. I bought 5 books. Amazing. 5 bags. Oh my gosh. Wait a second. I misread that. I just gasped. Snow Rick Riordan, you could do a buddy read with people of some, honestly, but people have mentioned, Brittany and Margaret were talking about maybe reading The Lightning Thief and starting from there, because I know that Brittany read it, but she said that it was kind of a weird time when she tried it. So if they ever make that really serious and I'm, within earshot, I might join them, because that does sound like a good group to try it. 10 p.m. here, but lovely way to spend the evening. Wonderful, Renee. I'm glad we can ease you to sleep. We'll be nice and calm here. Hello, Chris. In between books right now, finished Bridge to Terabithia for a book group. Amazing. I love that a lot of us, I'm just knocking books down. I love that a lot of us are reading middle grade. I'm not reading any middle grade at the moment, but I'm really glad that there's a lot of people in the chat who are reading that. I'm new to audiobooks. I have only listened to ones with one narrator so far anyways. Ooh, so yeah, Lily, just wait until you start experiencing the multiple POVs, especially when there's a whole cast. So for instance, if there's 4 or 5 different POVs and they give a narrator to each one, those are really fun. I think they're really well done, especially if they all have different accents and they approach the role differently. It can be really cool. I love audiobooks with several narrators. Me too, definitely. I think that that's the strongest, as long as it makes sense. Of course, you're reading books with multiple POVs. Hello, Bronwyn. How are you? I'm just having lunch, but I'll be finishing Autopsy of a Fairy Tale. It's not going well. Oh, no. I'm assuming you're reading it with Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading and Laura from the Book Hermit. Is it for, I'm assuming, is it for Brittany's Patreon, or is it for the B&K Book Club? One of those. I feel like there's enough of you reading it that it's there's something happening. I am speaking about the Elsie Silver one. Didn't even realize there was another one. I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I feel like if we looked up the term heartless and book, we'd probably find a lot. Saying hello to everyone. Coda is the welcoming committee. Coda and Glenda consistently are the welcoming committee, and I love it. And there's so many people saying hello back. I love it. Lily's loving it. Okay, good. Also, hello, Paul. How are you? I hope you're doing well this weekend. So far, the Cursed Carnival audio is good. It is a story collection. I was wondering if it was a story collection by multiple authors and has a few different narrators. And so is it, it's middle grade. Is that what it is? Is it a collection of middle grade authors? Because I have read one before. It was a Christmas version. It was A Very Merry Murder Club. I think. And that one was really fun. I like that we're getting into middle grade story collections. I am reading Dreamfall by Amy Plum. It is a YA. Okay, nice. I wonder what's the genre for that one. The Glass Hotel and all her books are loosely connected. Oh, Ro, don't I know it? I've been sending Laura all of these voice messages where I'm like, I found another Easter egg. This happened in the Sea of Tranquility. So it's been really fun. And I'm the Sea of Tranquility is my most recent read by her. Like years before that, I read Station 11, so that's not as fresh. But I've been finding a lot of connections between those two books, and it's been so fun. Beloved is much better the second time around. I'm doing a poster on it in relation to the theme of nostalgia. Oh my gosh, you're not a wimp. Yeah, honestly though, I feel like I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. The same with the Bluest Eye, but I would argue maybe, that's a toss up. Maybe Beloved is darker than the Bluest Eye, but that one gets dark too. Hello, Natalie. How are you? Ooh, Tally's Library. I love that name. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. I think this is your first time. What are you up to? Feel free to let us know what you're busy doing. People are saying hello to her. That's so nice. Leandra, I must not be able to see where you put the link, but would join. Perfect. Okay, Julie. So what I'm going to do is in the first sprint, I'll send you the link so you can join me. Oh, that's going to be so fun. Okay, cool. Start with The Housemaid. The third book comes out in June and July. Oh, because it's a series. Okay, so I'll be sure to. I'm going to start that one too so that I know. Okay, good to know, because I have my library director where I work. She's literally been binging Freida McFadden for the past 2 months and adoring it. I'm saving The Housemaid for the Amazing Readathon. That's a good point, especially just any Freida McFadden, especially if you're on Team Spooky. Hello, Nikki. How are you? I'm so tired today. Yeah, thank God it is Friday. I mean, it has been a long week. It's been a weird week, I think. Also, hello, Rachel. How are you? It's 90 and super humid at Florida. Honestly, that tracks. I'm not surprised. I think it's so fun. You Americans always talking how Europe is so good. Yeah, and you can get to everywhere from everywhere if you are going from one place. Genuinely, like it is crazy how well connected. Because I studied abroad in the Netherlands and I lived in Belgium for a brief period of time, and that's what I miss. I miss just getting on a train and like whether you're staying in country or going to a different country, and you could. Whereas here, I feel like driving is like the main thing we do, and that it's the worst. Hello, Tina. Y'all have a bit of a headache. Oh no. So I'm just gonna try to relax. I might start tonight in Lisbon by Chris Beaumont. Did you tell I changed my voice to like try to be more soothing for your headache? I'm so sorry, Tina, that you have a headache. That is like not fun. I had a headache earlier this week and it was on the verge of a migraine, I swear. Sorry, one end of Norway to the other. It takes 48 hours with a car. Maybe, yeah, okay. It's bigger than I thought. I've also never been to Norway. I wanted to go to like various Nordic countries because I've never been to like Norway. I've never been to like Iceland would be really fun. I know that's separate. But like Finland, I had a friend who was Finnish and like she just made it sound like such a beautiful country. It sounds like it'd be really fun. Sweden. It's actually going to be in the 60s and 50s for the next couple of days. Very rainy. Oh yeah, this weekend it's going to be so rainy. It's only 76 in Southern California. Delicious weather. Yes, scrum delicious. Daddy Cade. That is what everyone's saying. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, if you all are saying it, then I'm going to have to follow you. We've had a ton going on the last couple of days. We found a 3-week-old kitten under a car. So when I have another cat, oh my gosh, couldn't have found a better home. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for that kitten. I'm glad that they found you because, oh gosh, that is breaking my heart. Heartless is my second favorite. My favorite is Hopeless. I think I saw you say this, which gives me hope because not everyone's been into Hopeless, but I really do like the idea of, is it friends to lovers or fake dating? One of those. Norway, you can just go to Russia or Finland or Sweden. France or the Netherlands is much more central. 100%. Yeah, I know. But and the other thing too is probably when we say Europe, we actually mean like mainland or that big chunk, not necessarily those that you've got to go through by like water or like great distance. Hello, Maggie. It's been so long since I've seen you. I really want to finish this practice report tonight. I was gonna say, and you're like constantly doing work. I'm so glad that you're like able to still hang out with us while you're doing work, but I'm also so sorry because you're always doing some type of report or something. Let me see. I'm going to star the next comment. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone who came in to say hello. Let me see. I think we're good, but I also think it's time for us to go into a little sprint. Maria. I almost missed Maria. Hello. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, Patricia also just jumped in. Hello, Patricia. I'm reading When the Moon Hatched. Yep. So there's a few people in the chat doing that for the book club. I love to see that. I'm living vicariously through you guys. If I missed anyone, I will like be starting off the sprints from there. From this lovely comment here by Katie. So excited for you to read Heartless. You know this. I will never be quiet about this. Daddy Kate is my favorite single dad. Coming from the expert. So, I mean, that is saying a lot. Okay, so because we've been talking for a little over 30 minutes, I want to make sure we're being kind of productive. It's a Friday, we're having fun, but also we want to relax. So let me get the banner up welcoming anyone new who comes by. Thanks everyone for like spending your Friday with me, because I know that like sometimes that's the last thing you really want to do is be on the internet. But I'm glad I have company, and Julie will be with us once I send her the link. So that'll be very fun. So make sure you stay tuned so you can say hi to her when we get back. Ha ha ha. Okay. I guess I can just like stay on, and usually I make myself tiny, but this new prompt, this little thing doesn't, I don't need to. So you're going to see Big Leandra for the next hour. Hello, everyone, and hello to Julie.
Hello.
Woohoo! We have a guest.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks
oh,
for
I'm
joining.
sorry. That was my fault. I still had the sprints open.
I was gonna say, I was like, it's okay. Audio's is being a bit wacky. I'm just gonna act like nothing weird's happening.
Nope. Never closed you out of the other tab.
Oh my gosh, that's happened to me. I think the one time, what was it? I think it was when we were doing Get a Clue. I remember I was like super nervous because there were a bunch of people on the screen. I think it was the first time I was on Breeze Sprints for Four Paws in the Book. And I joined and I remember I was like, why am I so overstimulated? Like, I feel like everyone's talking. And then I realized that I had the audio going. And I was like, I probably looked like a deer in headlights. Like, I was like, I don't understand why I can't understand what anyone is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But how are you?
I'm good. A little sleepy. I think you talked about this. It's been so rainy today that it just is making me a little tired, but good overall. I had off today, so no work and, so got a lot of things done.
Nice. Perfect. Sometimes, we want nice weather when we have our day off, but also when it's rainy, you're like, well, I have no reason to be productive if I don't want to, so we're good. And yeah, for people wondering, like both Julie and I are in the same neck of the woods. Like it's a big state, but we're both in the state of Pennsylvania, so we pretty much get the same weather. So yeah, what did you end up getting up to? I know you had like a bunch of books you were juggling. So what did you decide?
Right. So I am annotating Godkiller, but I'm just reading like 1 or 2 chapters at a time. So I did that. Then I switched over to Truly Devious and read a couple of chapters of that. And then I was like thinking about Heartless. So I went back to that. So just a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Are you liking every book that you're reading so far?
Yes, that's part of the problem. I'm like about the same amount in, so nothing has like grabbed me to just keep going. So I'm about like 20% into everything. So
yeah, no, that tracks. And like one of them is like you're rereading it, Godkiller. So it's like you're taking your time with that, and just everything else is going on. And they're all very different genres.
Yeah, like all very different things.
Yeah, I ended up, as I kind of mentioned, so I'm reading The Dead Take the A Train, but I had to play a bit of catch up with book lover Laura because I'm reading The Glass Hotel. Have you ever read anything by this author?
I actually haven't read anything by her.
I'm shocked. I color me shocked. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I might have to recommend things, but I'll hold off for certain maybe can we trust kind of scenarios. So maybe I'll wait. This might be a good scenario. So I ended up reading like one chapter, and it was so long that like that's the one thing about this book is just it's really like all over the place. Like one chapter I started at 146 and ended did I say chapter? I meant page. Ended on page 192.
I didn't catch it, so
I was like, I actually have no idea what I just said. So it was about 40 pages there. And then I ended up switching to the Dead Take the A Train while I was updating my bullet journal and got like 2% further. But like there are so many magical like creatures in this book that I like suddenly an angel has joined the mix and I was like, what? Yeah. I'm liking it. Yeah.
The cover was very cool when you had it up, so I was like intrigued about what it is, so I'll have to check it out.
I'll for those wondering, I'm gonna cover Julie's lovely face just for a second. Yeah, oh look, there we go, just right there. It is very pretty. It's like creepy pretty, like the neon I think really tracks. Like it's really interesting. So but like I said, I think it feels more Richard Kadrey than it does Cassandra Khaw so far, but I guess I'm not as familiar with Cassandra Khaw I'm not familiar with either of them. I don't know. What am I saying? I'm lying. I'm not an expert on anything. It's fine. So in the comments, we do have to play a bit of a catch up, and I'm sure there's going to be a few hellos for Julie. If there aren't, everyone remedy the situation. Like everyone say hello. So when we get to that, it'll be fun. But anyway, Tennille said, I am really enjoying it so far. I generally don't like social media modern dated references. So this is for the Sunbearer trials. Because like I was saying that they're demigods and it's very Hunger Games, but modern because they all have social media. Like rather than YouTube, they have TuTube. Yeah. And instead of Instagram, it's Instagraphia, which of course it's like influenced by the fact that it's like Latinx, but there was like a Vine reference. And I was like it was two bros sitting in a hot tub, and I was like, you are gods, like what are you doing on Vine? Like,
that's so funny. I feel like that might happen a little bit in Percy Jackson, but not quite like that much.
And I feel like I actually can give Percy Jackson the time. Yeah, I'm not finding it as intrusive as some things in same page Percy Jackson type books, but I prefer the reason why I'm finding it weird is because it's not set in like the modern world in the same sense that like Percy Jackson is in. So that's why I think it's a bit weird. Like if it was kind of like urban fantasy where like they're hanging out in New York City, I'd be like, okay, I get why they have this, but
yeah,
maybe I misread the situation as well. Sorry about the headache. Feel better. Yeah, Tina has a headache. I'm going book shopping this weekend. Do you have a title that you would recommend for me? Anything but historical fiction goes. Well, we both really enjoy Godkiller. We can both agree on that. We both have recently enjoyed. Can I say this? You didn't read it for a vlog or anything, right? The one that you messaged me about.
That is for a vlog. So
I won't talk about it. Never mind. Everyone stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe to Julie because it is a great book, but we won't talk about it.
We'll recommend it to you soon, but just not for this trip.
Yeah, exactly. So just wait on a next trip to the bookstore. Let me see here. What did I recently give like my highest rating? Do I read?
I know. How did these questions just make you forget everything you've recently read?
Seriously. My recent bookstore purchase, I ended up buying Diavola. I haven't read it, but it looks really good. It looks like it's horror. Another one that looks really fun, The Last Human. That one looks like fun, cozy sci-fi. It's given me like A Song for the Wild Built / what is that one that everyone loves? Douglas Adams. Hitchhiker's Guide.
Hitchhikers. Yeah.
So like those, I'm recommending mostly books that I haven't read, but they look really good. So, who Leandra or the chat. Arusha is a great middle grade series. Oh yes. So like Alicia, if you're looking for middle grade, I haven't read this either, but it's a middle grade series I've been meaning to try.
I've heard good things about that one too.
Yeah. Another good middle grade series, The Hat Makers. I read the first book in that one. No One Leaves the Castle. No one talks about that. It's like a fantasy mystery middle grade, and I was laughing. It was great. It was like all these like magical creatures, but it was very like who done it. It was so good. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna grab the cover because it's really cool, and I can kind of reach it. This book. So if people are looking for like a genre blend, middle grade mystery that's like very fantasy, like basically this bounty hunter and her bard, they're trying to make their way in the world. They get hired to like find this item, so they go to this castle to investigate, and then someone in the castle ends up being murdered. And for certain reasons, because of this murder, a bubble finds itself all around the castle and no one can leave until the murder's solved. So there's like magic. There is like an ogre or an orc who is just like very like sweet and kind of dumb. And it's a very fun time.
That sounds like a D&D campaign that got turned into a novel. Like,
yes, exactly. And like, that actually is, maybe that's the vibe it gave me, because it did feel as though we like had just a band of characters and they're like, okay, like let's figure out, like roll for deception. I was just like waiting for them to take out dice. I'm reading a few small books today, but I'm trying to figure out what mood I'm in for audiobook. I could do Baseball Romance, The Prospects, The Tainted Cup. I loved The Tainted Cup. That's also fantasy mystery. So if you're looking for a genre blend, it's a Sherlockian reimagining. It's very good. So, I mean, Jen, I don't know what you ended up deciding on, but also Julie, The Tainted Cup is also great. I think you'd love it.
I need to try that one because I didn't DNF, but I never continued the other series by him, the trilogy that's
like the Foundry something.
So like I read the first book and like didn't love it. So I'm interested to try that because the Sherlock vibe seems much more up my street. So gotta try that. Gotta get there.
I think you would love Anna as well. Anna is
Mm.
like the Sherlock, and she is
Oh,
so funny. She's like
yeah.
so sharp and just like eccentric in the best way.
Yeah.
We've got another recommendation. This is the Discord for the book club.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, Katie, of course it's okay. What are you talking about? Because I was basically hyping them up because Katie
Yeah.
and Rainey's book club, a few people are reading their book in the comments. So I was like, hey, check it out. And now you can just join. So
Yeah.
perfect, always okay. Just popping in to say hello. Hello, Emily. How are you? You're a bit late for me. I figured. I was gonna say I'm like 99% sure you're in Europe. I will start Empire of the Vampire tonight on BookBeat. Ooh,
Mm.
now and go to bed. Have fun, everyone. Thanks, Emily. I hope you enjoy your read. We've got more recommendations in the comments. I've never read the Percy Jackson series. Eerie. Okay, that makes me feel better because Sam, I always feel like I'm saying sacrilege by just saying I haven't read it. So we might have to. I'm sure Margaret would love to do like a read along or something. So we could probably convince her.
I'm
Uh,
sure you could convince her. She would love to have more people read the Percy Jackson series.
exactly. I was like, I don't think that we have to say one word beyond like two. Percy Jackson. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing. It's 9. James, are you sure it's not 9 p.m.? But I didn't read as much as I wanted to because I had a mishap. Oh my gosh, I'm fine. Washing it out. Okay, that is so scary though, and it happens when you're not even noticing. Also, the sun's still up, and it's weird. I bet. Yeah, like 9 p.m. That is kind of weird.
Mhm.
Love the concept of graphic audios, and I wish I don't. Julie, have you ever done like a graphic audio?
Yes, I have.
Because
Um,
we for hate, right? Because that's the book I'm talking
oh,
about. That one was
oh,
graphic.
no, I don't. Was that one a graphic audio?
Or do I understand what graphic means? What I mean is like, what's the kind of audio when the man does all the men's parts and the woman does all the women's
Oh,
parts, no matter whose chapter you're in? Wait,
I just I
yeah.
just saw a TikTok about this. It was like dual versus something else, but graphic audio is a company.
Music and sound.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. So, and I have done those too.
Mm-hmm.
And I like them for rereads, but they are a
Mm-hmm.
bit abridged. So if you like haven't read the book before, I feel like it's not that you miss things, but they say like instead of saying he sang, they'll just like sing it. So like it's a bit
Oh.
abridged, like some things are like left out. So it just depends on what kind of reader you are, if you can like handle that or if you want all the details. Like
Yeah, that tracks. Okay. Yeah, I just realized that this isn't going. So let me
oh,
because I know you and me talking, we will not be safe. Like we will
yeah,
100%. I'm gonna just do 20 minutes just so that we
yeah.
know. Is it gonna work? Oh, perfect. Okay. And because I was like, we're gonna get talking, and people are gonna be like, "Are they ever sprinting?" And we'll be like, "I don't know. Are we?" That makes sense because Danny was talking about how she was listening to this audio where she could like hear people walking, like the
Hmm.
clop, clop, or like whatever, the clicking of
Yeah.
heels, or like there was like a vendor in the background saying, "Get your apples," or whatever was going on. And she's
Yeah.
like, I don't know
Yeah.
how much they're interpreting, like what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh,
Mhm.
there's also Heartless by Marissa Mayer. There's a Heartless by, oh yeah, so exactly. That's an Alice in Wonderland retelling. Autopsy of a Fairy Tale is just an impromptu buddy read. Oh, that
Oh.
tracks. Okay, they probably also saw that Brittany and Laura, because I knew that they were reading it together.
Mhm.
Um, ooh, so Paul's reading horror or recommending horror. I don't know. I'm trying to track because this was an hour ago. At this point, I probably should just save it. But hello to Maria. Already said hello to you. I am reading One Night on the Island by Josie Silver. Ooh, this one is like a romance. I'm pretty sure that I caught my eye last year, and I was thinking about reading it. Oh, but there aren't chapter numbers, but
Oh,
I'm on page 105. So at least as long as there's like chapters, probably like the name of whose perspective you're following. Uh,
yeah.
you're a third of the way through that. Is Team Spooky Mysteries? Yes, James. Yeah, so it's mystery, thriller, and horror. Like we have all three of those, which I feel like
Mhm.
I will admit gives us quite an advantage for like depending on what mood you're in. There's a whole bunch of mysteries I need to read. James. might want to join Team Spooky. We got the cute. You've heard it from Breeze mentioned it a few times that Spooky might have the cutest little image. So
You do have cute merch. I do like it.
right? Yes. So, I don't know. Clearly, we've got some people who are for spooky tonight, but, others are welcome, of course. Yeah, Coda and I are doing the entire series for Green Rider by Kristen Britton. Okay. Sounds good. You lived in Belgium. I didn't realize that you were Belgian. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I was in Antwerp for a year. I was working at Universiteit van Antwerpen. So I was in like the English department and I was an English assistant and it was lovely. So I was in the like Flanders area. My one kind of regret, I guess, is not investigating more of like the French speaking area, but because I'm really terrible at French, I was very nervous about it. So I didn't really go there. Norway has the world's second longest coast.
Oh, wow.
Really cool. I didn't know that. Hopeless is fake dating. My favorite room. I don't know why. I know fake dating is kind of crazy and weird, but I also really like it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Hello, Louise. You must have just arrived before we went on a sprint. Not going to stay long. Totally understandable. Again, pretty late for you. So tired from 7 hours of gardening work. Ooh, I'm sure your garden is looking beautiful. Hello, Vanessa. Just got approved for Will Dean's next book that comes out in August, and it's just the vibes I'm looking for. Ooh, hyperbaric chamber thriller. What?
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. You're going to have to let us all know if we should be pre-ordering that for August. And thanks, Vanessa. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sometimes I genuinely think about starting a booktube just because it looks kind of fun. Maggie, you might want to. I feel like you'd be really great at like productive sprints too, because you're super productive and like that would really work. But if you're interested, we can always give you some tips and just watch some, what is it called? The new booktube newbie tag. That can be really helpful. Like record yourself, see if you're comfortable with that. If not, maybe hold off. Hello, Stevie. How are you? Currently reading The Lost Hero. Ooh, I don't know what that book is. I've never heard of it.
That is the follow-up series to the first Percy Jackson series. So,
Stevie, you joined at the perfect time because we were talking about Percy Jackson and how a few of us haven't read it before. So, yeah. Also, I saw that Autumn joined. Hello, Autumn. I hope you're still here so I can say hello. I'm not reading, but I'm cleaning my room, but that's productive. Just here for the conversation, also catching up on Leandra's videos while you guys read. Thanks, Autumn. So Autumn's the loveliest person. She was on BookTube for some time, decided to kind of take a step back, but she's still on Bookstagram. She's Nose in a Book. So if you honestly, if you guys want to look on my Instagram and see who I'm following, you'll see I'm following Autumn, and she's just lovely. So yeah, sounds great. Hello, Jess. So many people sprinting today. It's Saturday morning here, so I am doing shopping and housework, but listening to Harry Potter 7 sounds good. I know. You know what I noticed? I noticed that Neva's sprinting right now, and I didn't even realize that she had them scheduled. So if people want to go say hi, I'm pretty sure that's on Neva's channel. Everyone, let me know if I'm wrong that it's on Neva, but I knew that it was the BookTube besties, and I think it's on Neva's channel.
I think it's Neva too. I got the notification that they went live because it's reuniting the besties tonight.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I hope they can break their differences about Icebreaker Gates. Yeah. That would be lovely. I think I saw Crystal there too from Bomb Book Review, so maybe she can keep the peace.
Yeah, she's gonna be the moderator.
Yeah, exactly. And if anyone who's a mod who has that power, the wrench power, if they want to include the link to Neva's sprints, so you can all go say hi to her, that'd be great. Just finished The Never King, gave it 4 stars. Now going to update my reading journal for the rest of the sprint. Awesome. Did you like the Never King? Have you ever read it? Or
me?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What have you? Was it The Witch King? Was it the?
Yes. Yeah, I have read The Witch King.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but also I was thinking of the one by H.E. Edgman. There's another one that's very similarly titled.
Yeah, we were saying titles have so many similar names, and of course, The Never King, I'm sure, is fantasy. They love to put their royalty in their titles. So
yes.
Hello, Rainy. Saying hi while also sprinting on you. I knew it. Okay. I should have just waited. We literally were 2 comments away.
The comments are just answering us like immediately tonight.
Exactly. You're like Percy Jackson, and Tennille's like, Percy Jackson. We're like, oh, yep,
Yep.
Hello, Nikki. I've been in a massive slump where I just keep putting my books down for too long and then picking up something new. Once I come back to reading, I'm leaving a trail of half-read books. Oh my gosh! You know what? I have the serial starter. I have a little image of like this person who's just like got books all around her. It's a print, and that's who you are. You're the serial starter right now. I hope that you can find a book that hooks you, but like it's not necessarily a bad thing that you're picking up a bunch of books. But if you're not coming back to them, then that kind of is.
It's a struggle.
It really is. Hopefully, I'll be able to really get into one of my reads. I hope so too. Currently, I'm doing some journaling in my reading journal. Sounds good. Maybe get it out there. Start thinking about like, okay, which books? Give yourself a list of which books you've started, and you're like, okay, which ones am I actually in the mood for? So you don't forget. Because sometimes I forget which books I'm reading. Actually, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for the sprint. Sounds good. Enjoy Belgium for the both of us, because I do miss it very much. Hello, Bree! What are you up to today? Not reading at the moment, but we'll probably pick up Dragon Fruit or Project Hail Mary later. Also, Bree, I noticed that you commented on my most recent video where I talked about My Murder for a little bit. I definitely think that would be a book you'd like. I'm going to double down and say that I do think that you would enjoy that book because it's like literary. There's some thriller elements to it. It seems like it would be up your alley. Howdy. 3 howdies. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do with all of them? I'm trying to finish a chunky 3-in-1 volume of One Piece, but I'm also trying to read the punctuation book, Eats, Shoots, and Leaves, to fit my nonfiction for the month. If you end up reading that one, let me know, because I'm pretty sure I own it as well way back in the day when I was a creative writing major in my undergrad, and I don't think I ever did read it. I have it, because I was like, oh, that's a staple read we're supposed to have, and then I never opened it. So, because that's the kind of student I was apparently.
This is how it goes sometimes.
Exactly. You're just like, you know what? I have the best intentions of buying this. Like, and I liked the cover. The cover was fun. I was like, this will make punctuation fun. And then I was like, well, I don't need you actually. I know everything. Maybe that was I thought that I knew everything about punctuation. I'm starting Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura. Ooh, I've heard really good things. I think More from Moore's Bookshelf, because she got a new name. Really enjoyed that one as my next read, which I've heard it's like that movie with Sandra Bullock and Brad Pitt. What is that movie? What movie were they in together?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, they both. It's not surprising that they've crossed paths.
Yeah.
I think I remember.
I thought she was going to say, or they were going to say the one, The Proposal with Ryan Gosling. That's what I thought it was going to be. And then like Brad Pitt totally threw me off.
Yeah. Or I was thinking Channing Tatum Channing, whichever way his name is. There was one where they were like running about.
Yeah.
Well. Also, yes. Let me. So I'm going to show you guys what consistently is my favorite page, because I love it so much. It's my favorite one to fill. And it's this one. Like every time I finish a book, I end up adding, and I'm 71 books this year. Like, what am I doing?
That's wild. Yes,
it is wild. We're whatever. I don't know. Hopefully, I'll survive the year. Hello, Kelsey. And Kelsey, I'm sure, is over there too with the book to Kelsey. So that makes sense. Happy sprinting. Join during the sprint. I'm on page 102 of The Covenant of Water. It's really good so far. Going out to dinner in 15 minutes. You're probably gone. Enjoy your dinner. Well, I was going to say, let us know what you ate when you got back, but she's gone. Denise isn't here anymore. Hello, Jessica. I'm reading Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney. This is an author I've been meaning to try, actually. Also, the author, is it like Rock, Paper, Scissors or something? Like a mystery thriller writer. Never read anything by Alice Feeney. Daisy Darker as well, I think.
Oh, okay.
And that one's supposedly inspired by And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. So
yeah,
I've been keeping it in mind.
Yeah.
I read one chapter of One Night on the Island and then decided to switch over to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and read the first 3 chapters. Amazing. Juggling a few reads. Hello again to Maggie. I wrote like a page, I think. You know what? That's okay. A page is a page. Probably going to go grab dinner and come back. Sounds good. Enjoy your dinner. That's a good reminder, everyone. I should have this up. Check your water. Check if you need a snack or if it's dinner time, because sometimes we get stuck in sprinter world and we forget that we have bodies that need things. So,
Yep.
yes. Don't quote me because that was not very eloquent. Finished 4 chapters, about halfway into the book. Think I will probably finish it during these sprints. Amazing, Renee. But also, I know it's getting late for you. Don't feel the need to stay. I did not do anything I planned. I just chilled and played Dreamlight Valley. Oh, that sounds so fun though. And on my Switch because it's raining and I wanted to do something cozy. Honestly, that sounds like that's what you needed to do. Like these sprints can be cozy sprints too, where you dedicate like, okay, for an hour, I'm just going to be doing cozy, fun things. So yeah, I support that. 47 pages read of Powerless. I'm intrigued. This one was by the Lauren Roberts one, I think, by What's Happening. Very romantic-y.
Ooh.
Interesting. Julie. Oh, do you know Autumn?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh. Well, Autumn, both of you are lovely people, so you should know each other.
Yeah.
I also read multiple books at once, and I annotate "You're my people." Yeah. Oh, I should have. You don't say "You're my people" to people that you know. Typically, usually that's the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Track. Yeah. Autumn's lovely. Julie's lovely. Yeah, we've got a great group. I finished today's pages for When the Moon Hatched and read a bit of tomorrow's pages. Unfortunately, I'm not really vibing with it so far, but it's still early, so we'll see if it improves. I'm pretty sure it's also a chunkier book, isn't it? I think
I was thinking it's like pretty big because they did the breakdown and it's like a number of pages per day.
Yeah. So I think you're right in saying, hey, it's still early days. It's also really chunky, so it might take more to get to the percentage where you feel like you know what's happening. Switching to Flawless for the next sprint, hoping to finish it today. Sounds good, Linz. Let us know. Finish a chapter of Eat, Shoots, and Leaves. What did you learn? Let us know. I agree.
Commas.
Exactly. What's important about commas? I'm an Oxford comma person, so I hope that doesn't cause any controversy in the comments. But yeah, I'm that kind of person. My Kindle is against me. No, and won't let me download the book I need to read. I wonder why. Maybe space or something. Yeah, I'm sorry, Katie. That really stinks. Got to 30% in The Soul Grows Heavy. I like it. The writing is so pretty. It is really pretty. It's super atmospheric. It's like very dark, almost like reminds me of like Grimm's fairy tales, but it's more descriptive because of modern writing styles. So yeah, and it's very literary. We've arrived. We've arrived. Woohoo! None of you disappointed. I appreciate it. I got all of the socks and undies folded. Very nice, very important. And I have 10 pages left. And oh my gosh, so you read 4 pages. We've got 10 pages to go. I'll be interested to know your thoughts about the ending, Coda, because that's kind of where it lost me. Like there are certain things that happened that actually it made me wonder if it should have been longer because it's a novella. Because I felt like there was a certain jump that I would have wanted more time for. But I read a few chapters and got supper ready. Sounds great. If books are set in the modern world, then I'm fine with references because I reference things all the time. Exactly. But fantasy and sci-fi and stuff, no, I don't like it. Yeah. Sometimes I'll wonder too with sci-fi if it's really futuristic and they're like, oh, the classic like 1920s, which it is an iconic time. But like if that's like 100 years ahead of us, like say they're saying that in like 2120, I'll be like, well, do we reference the 1820s in our time period? No. So I kind of wonder when they're like referencing olden times because we kind of have a barrier of probably like 100 years. Like I don't often reference like, I love I guess we do like the Regency era. Okay, I'll take it back.
Yeah. But that would be like what, 2? Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Those classic 18 aughts.
Yeah, those days, you know. So yeah, I guess I'll retract my statement for now.
Mhm.
Not to gush too much about Percy Jackson, but one of the reasons that many see it as so timeless is because the characters minimize the use of modern technology, as the lore explains that it is, dangerous for demigods to use mortal technology. It has an in-universe explanation for things that couldn't. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, I
that's
do
very
like that.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are moments where technology clearly dates it, where you're like,
Mhm.
I know exactly. Like if they're like they flip out a razor phone, and you're like, okay, I
Yeah.
like this is
Yeah.
not used anymore.
Nope. Nope.
Your BlackBerry.
Yeah.
I got up to 50% of Heartless. Ooh, Millie, what are you thinking? Are you with the Daddy Cade crowd, as I've named them? Apparently, made them a crowd. Like I don't know, a herd. I don't know, whatever you guys want to be
Yeah.
called. I'm done. Oh, I'm actually also in the middle, pun intended, of Battle of Labyrinth reread
Mhm.
and loving every page. That's amazing. I'm glad. It's always worse when you're like, oh, I'm rereading this and I didn't like it anymore. Not sure how long you'll be here. I'll check back later. No worries, Denise. Again, enjoy your dinner.
Yeah, enjoy dinner.
I think we'll probably go until, I was thinking 8 p.m. our time, so in 2 hours, mainly because Jess from the Hex Library is going at 8, and I was like, this is a perfect time. So also for people who are interested in continuing to go, I've already set up the auto direct, so it'll end and you'll just be at Jess's, and she'll continue to sprint for whoever knows how long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I should have mentioned that. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Just back from my supper sprint. Amazing. No one leaves the castle. Renee, as a fellow middle grade reader, you need to read this book. I hope it's accessible for you, because I don't really know how accessible it is outside of like the U.S., but I've loved it genuinely. Ooh, sorry, rope crewman. We're back. As kids, my sister and I used to think that the word ogre just sounded hilarious. Whenever we were in one of those spaces where we were trying to get each other to laugh, we just had to say, "Oh, that's so cute," and you just crack up like one of those words. That's adorable.
Yeah.
Love Percy Jackson. Oof, yeah, at 9 p.m. I was gonna say, I was like, James, did you return to Australia? Like I missed it. I'm so confused because I knew that
I
like
was trying to remember where James was. And I was like, maybe it is. It could be. I don't know.
yeah, because what's funny is because James is Australian but currently living in Scotland. So I was like,
Yeah.
it's possible,
Yeah.
but like, I feel like you would have told us that you made like that would have been a very sudden trip.
Mhm.
So anywho, didn't read the Percy Jackson books until I was well into adulthood. Is good time to get into it. Yeah, anytime. Get to it when you can. Oh, thanks. I'm pretty sure Jess also, speaking of the Hex Library, started it as an adult. Oh my gosh, we've summoned you. Hello, Jess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not having read Percy Jackson is sacrilege. But didn't you say that I'm talking to Jess right now, everyone.
Yeah.
That's who I'm speaking to. Didn't you say that you like started it as an adult? Maybe I'm mixing that.
Yeah.
Just got out of the shower, ordered some sushi. Sounds
Mm.
lovely. Oh, duet narration.
Yeah.
So there's dual and duet. Duet is the one when and then oh my gosh, is that how far behind in the comments we are? Okay, it's fine. I was like, oh my god. Okay, graphic audio is like a movie for your ears.
Mhm. I think that's their
Oh
tagline. Yeah.
yeah, that tracks, especially because I remember Akatar came up with it, and they were like,
Mhm.
okay. Oh my gosh, should we? I don't know. Oh, we are so behind in the comments. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. We'll go for probably another 5 minutes, and then maybe we'll do another hour. Does that sound good to you, Julie?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Sounds good. Just to see if we can ease the gap a little bit.
Mhm.
Sometimes I find dual narration distracting for contemporaries because if one of the narrators' voices don't fit the MC main character chapters they read for, I find it very distracting. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, Jean, reading The Runaway Mate. Ooh, 13%. Early days. I feel bad for that, but my inner theater kid turns, casing director and says, huh? That's not how they should sound. Like, what are you talking about? Here in Norway, we call it radio theater. Ooh, I love that. That sounds classic. When there's a full cast audio and sounds and sometimes music. Oh, like the olden day radio.
Yeah.
Like a radio play.
Mhm.
Amazing. Yeah, I actually like that. Yeah, but romance can be contemporary, historical, dark, fantasy,
Mhm.
everything. Totally true. So far, I have my shopping list at 13 titles. Ooh! Okay, Lore Olympus 4 and 5. Alicia, you recently bought, was it Lore Olympus? Did you buy the original Lore Olympuses? I feel like you just went shopping and got those, but maybe I'm wrong. Crossed, A Soul of Ash and Blood, The Nanny, Serpent in the Wings of Night, Flawless, The Deer and the Dragon. What are they doing
I
together?
don't know that one.
Yeah, Draw Down the Moon. I think there's going to be another comment potentially. Oh, also, When the Moon Hatched, King of Pride, No One Leaves the Castle. Alicia, yes. Okay, need one more title. Oh, well, we've got some for you. So these are possible options. Think Legally Blonde, but set in Liverpool. Interesting. Sam's a fake dating girl too. Okay, that makes me feel better. If I know it's in the book, I'll read it regardless. Honestly, it is my favorite thing. I just
I
love it.
know.
I think what helps is that both characters are into each other. It's not as weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's a happily ever after. They're meant to be into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so cute. I bought a book the other week just because it was fake dating. Ooh, When Grumpy Met Sunshine.
That's a lot of tropes.
I was like, I also like that.
Mhm.
And is it like When Harry Met Sally? Is it like a reimagining inspired by that? That's what's giving me. I finished counting my new books and switched to, I love it. Good job counting your new books. Stars Over Clear Lake by Loretta Ellsworth. Amazing. Nell is here. Hello, Nell. And as everyone should, they're saying hello because Nell is the best. Also, Nell has some really great content coming to you. I'm aware because I was there when it was happening.
Yes.
And it's hilarious. So I can't wait. Hello, just joining. Hello, Candy. 82% through Dungeons and Drama. Speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, again, on point as far as our discussion. That sounds really fun. Is it adult or is it YA?
I feel like this is YA. I could be wrong, but I feel like it is.
I don't know why it gave me that vibe. Maybe just the mention of drama. Like,
Mhm.
and I was like, that's got to be YA. Autumn High. I was just talking about you a couple days ago. Glad to see you back in sprints. Yes. Like, genuinely, anyone who doesn't know who Autumn is, you need to know now because she is like the loveliest person. I will not stop saying that. Neva and Alex, Frank Fiction. And I think Paul is doing, oh my gosh, Paul from Reader's Retreat. I didn't even realize. So yeah, feel free to add that link too, and Frank Fiction because Alex is also cool. OMG, I joined BookTube right after the besties broke up. Nice to see them back together. Yes. Oh my gosh, the band's back.
Yeah.
Perfect. So these are the sprints. Lovely. I appreciate you. The Never King was a spicy fantasy romance Peter Pan retelling. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I've only ever read one Peter Pan retelling and it was Hooked. And it wasn't for me.
I'm sure I've read some, but I can't think of anything right now. Because
Yeah.
they're pretty popular.
Yeah. Dark romance. Okay. Awesome. Can't stay up. Oh my gosh, no worries, James. Please go to bed. Go to bed, please. The Lost City. Nice. The Lost City. Is the Lost City is that the one with
is that the
Bullock
movie?
and
Oh.
or am I just imagining? I think so because then we got the proposal. I think that's must be what it is. And the movie. Oh, it's the movie with Channing Tatum. Is the Lost City? So not Brad Pitt. So are we still not sure which movie it was? I'm lost. I've lost the plot.
I don't know.
Fine. On that note of confusion, let's actually go into another sprint. So let me switch us over. There must be a better way to do this rather than just going this way, but I don't really know how else. This is a new timer for me. But okay, so we are going to go into another sprint, everyone. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you when we get back. Thanks for being here, Julie, by the way.
Absolutely.
Okay, happy sprinting. Oh, I didn't realize it was gonna. I thought it was just gonna keep going in that nice way, and then it just startled me.
Oh,
Well, welcome back, everyone. Julie, how did you do?
good. I am 35% into Heartless and I can't stop reading it. So I'm having a good time.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is. You all are making me want to start
Yeah,
it.
I think I'm on the Daddy Cade crew.
Daddy Cade crew. We're gonna see what I think, because the thing
Yeah.
is, I feel like there are certain people, especially when it comes to romance, that I align with, and I feel
Mhm.
like, although you shocked me with hate, but like with Brittany, yeah,
Yeah.
we discussed this. You're like, I
Yeah.
don't know what was going on with me.
Yeah, I was in quite a spot when I was reading that, and I was like, I don't know if that rating's gonna stick, but yeah,
Yeah, but honestly, it was a vibes book.
yeah,
I will like admit that. But yeah, so like
yeah,
Brittany having loved it too for Heartless, I'm like, I feel like she and I usually line really well
yeah.
together. So we'll see. I might have to start sooner rather than later, like probably in the next week or so.
Mhm.
But cool, yeah. So I ended up continuing with the Dead Take the A Train. I'm 40% into it, and I'm still really liking it. Like I'm liking the humor that's infused. It's just like this kind
Yeah.
of odd, weird, like it's a bit crass as far as like people are just
Mhm.
kind of being themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like very, I don't know, like gritty New York. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel
Fun.
like I can recommend it to people who like a little bit of humor, like in
Mhm.
kind of insanity, like just like
Mhm.
weird things happening. The world is just as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Off the wall a little bit.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, while we're here, check your resources. How is everyone doing? Do you need to get up, walk around while we're talking, maybe stretch? Because we have been kind of stationary these sprints. Also, continuing to catch up because this is how we are. At 60 books this year, James, I'm not surprised. You're doing great. I know that James is also left. So I think like good night to you. I'm pretty sure James left.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, bye, James. A few people left those sprints, which makes sense because
Mhm.
they're like in Europe. Also, thanks, Jess, for appreciating my bullet journal. Julie, I'm so sorry to be that person, but Sandra Bullock co-starred in The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds, not
I have
Gosling.
I have this problem where they are like basically the same person. I
Mhm.
cannot picture like one of them. They're just a meld in my brain until I watch the movie. So
Mhm.
sorry everyone. I'll just never be able to tell them apart.
Yeah, well, especially because they're both Canadian, I'm pretty sure, and
I
they're
think
both humorous. Like especially nowadays, I think they're both in the same career where they do like some really kind of quirky, funny roles.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised.
Mhm.
Have to go. Thanks for the sprints. Enjoy Italian night. That sounds great, Sam. I've never heard of Eat Shoots and Leaves. I'll have to look into that. I have a former supervisor that needs. Yes, be like just like anonymously send it, and they're like, "What is this gift?" And they're like, someone's sending me a message. Rewriting some academic papers before publication, and he kept removing commas. Oh my gosh. And sometimes I get how people aren't into the Oxford comma, but depending on how we're talking about it, it's necessary, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like if I was saying, "Oh, I was talking to my parents, Leandra and Julie," if I didn't put a comma between Leandra and, then the suggestion is that Leandra and Julie are my parents. Like, so I'm
Mhm.
like, sometimes we need the Oxford comma, okay?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes, but Pitt is in the law. Oh, okay. So Pitt's in the Lost City, but a small role. Yeah,
Oh.
there
Okay.
were a few people who had kind of, there was this discussion about the Lost City being in that, but also Bullet Train. Yeah, that Coda and Millie were mentioning. Didn't I
Okay.
need to actually watch Bullet Train because I have heard good things.
Mhm.
In the Notebook. Oh my god.
Mhm.
He was also Ryan Gosling was also in Remember the Titans. Like that was an early role for him, I think.
Oh.
I could
Yeah.
be just throwing out false information, but I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. It's Friday. Why would I go to bed early? Exactly. Treat it like a sleepover, like back in the day when like
Oh
you'd
my
like
gosh.
laying in bed and or in your sleeping bags and like you'd be like, okay, good night, and then you'd all just keep talking.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun. 700 plus pages
Wow.
for is it We Hatch the Moon?
Yeah.
Something that you can get away without an Oxford comma. Exactly. But a lot of the time it affects the meaning. Oh, Tennille, you and I are the same person. Gotta go enjoy hearing that. Bye, Autumn. Have a good day. 100% advocate for the Oxford comma. Thanks, friends. I appreciate it. Regency era spans 1790s, 1830s. Exactly. So it's like, you know what? I spoke too soon about the 1820s. Okay. It's a hip place. I mean, also
Yeah.
as Bridgerton season 3 is coming out, what am I saying? Like I just
mean,
lied. Oh gosh.
oh,
Hello, Bethany. Finishing Iron Flame tonight, then going to pick up Heartless. On that train.
yeah.
Learned that apparently in the UK they don't call the most common end punctuation. Oh yeah, full stop. And that's where we get that whole like, oh, blah blah blah, full stop. It's a period. It's not
Oh.
just and yeah. It blew my mind when I discovered that.
I thought that had to do with telegrams. That's so interesting.
Well, I don't know now. It could be both.
No, I'm not doubting you. That was always my like assumption.
Yeah. Well, because with telegrams, I think that because it'd be like end message, like blah blah blah, full stop, and then maybe a period. That's actually a good question. Yeah, always part of the Daddy Cade crowd. Whole series are rereads for me. Yep. By the way, I teach English, and I always teach my international students the Oxford comma. Also, I saw this come in with Katie, teleporting power. Someday Katie needs teleporting power. I think we need to petition it.
Yeah.
You think it is too US focused, or you don't think they sell it online? Oh, no. Well, I was wondering if they just didn't sell it online, because sometimes, depending on the publisher, depending on the author, it doesn't come out at the same time as well. Like I've noticed this, that even if it gets sold to the UK, or vice versa, if it's a UK publication that gets sold to the like a US publisher, they come out months apart, sometimes a year apart, and I don't really know why that happens. Obviously it's different rights and they have different publishing schedules, but it's always a bit weird. Like sometimes I'll see a book that's like, oh, really popular in the UK, and I see it doesn't come out for another year in the US. So
especially if it's like that long. Like sometimes it's a couple of weeks or a month. But if it's like a long time, I'm like, why? Yeah.
For sure. Like we see that with the British crime classics. So the British Library, they have like an affiliation with like Poison Pen Press. And so I wish I had a title that I could give an example. Oh yeah, this is one actually. So like the Division Bell Mystery, it says British Library because the British Library publishes it, but in the US it's Poison Pen, and consistently they're a year off. Like consistently Poison Pen prints it a year after. I don't know. Maybe they have a deal as well. So like people buying it from British Library first. Who knows? It's very weird though. Hello, Anna. How are you? I also saw that your tarot TBR video was just published recently, which is honestly amazing. Cleaning the house right now, and dinner should happen soon, I guess. Not sure how much reading I'll end up doing tonight. Honestly, no worries. Sounds like you're being more productive than anything. Picked up Lore Olympus Volume 6. I read 4 and 5, but not yet in my collection. Okay, very nice. Never seen When Harry Met Sally. So I don't know, James. It's got the same setup, like When Grumpy Met Sunshine. I mean, I feel like it's got to be, but maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. Teleportation has always been my superpower of choice. It's the best. And like so not only YouTube teleportation, but just physical teleportation. I'm with you. He's so cool. I always loved Rogue. I'm going to sleep. No, I was going to say, I saw James head out for sure. The Lost City has all 3. Yep. I appreciate you all being like, just so you all know. Because I was like, I was like, second. What is it? Considering I am in the same country as James. Oh yeah, I saw this and I fully supported Millie just being like, hey, if you need us to make you go to bed, we'll make you. But also sleepover Friday. Hello, Sarah. I also saw that Jojo joined. I hope you guys are doing well. Also, Silent Book Club Riverview. Hello. Michaela joined too. I know that you were just popping in, but it's so good to see you. If you're still here, I've been wondering how to contact you. I promise that this isn't like one of those like weird phone calls where like we've been trying to contact you. But I think you either like changed your Instagram and now I don't know. Just because Michaela is also lovely, and I would love to have Michaela on Sprints again. But yeah, Michaela. So let me know how to best reach you. Anyways, hello, Monica. It's been so long. I know it really has, but I'm so glad you've managed to make the live. I hope you're doing well. Catching up on my reading journal, then picking up Hades by Larissa Ione. I'm thinking that's how you say it. Ooh, I'm loving the Persephone and Hades retellings that seem to be popping up in the chat today. Hello, Sarah. I saw Sarah over at Neva Sprints because I also went over and said hello to everyone because they were just in a talking bit. So hello to you here. Currently reading an arc of The Write-Off by K.M. Gillis. Very nice. I see this. Welcome to the love of Heartless.
It's really gotten me. I think it's funnier than Flawless was.
That.
Yeah.
Like in the non-spoiler chat, they've been saying like, oh, I've laughed aloud. And I'm like, what is so funny?
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening that are very like making me chuckle. And like, so yeah, it's fun.
Okay. I mean, Willa was a really funny character, like a side character in Flawless.
Yeah. I think I said this in the Discord today. I like didn't read because everyone's been talking about like the second book and Cade and everything. I didn't really read who the female protagonist was. I just knew it was the nanny. And then when I realized it was Willa, I was like, okay, I'm set.
Like I'm sold. That's all I needed to know. Everyone's talking about Cade, but I'm excited about Willa.
Yeah.
Well, because she was just so fun. So yeah, I can't wait. Alicia got dinner. Very nice pizza. Sounds delicious. It seems like it's almost like an Italian night for a lot of people because pizza. Went to look for details of my internet. Oh, and chose to upgrade it and read 2 chapters of Sweet Nightmare. Oh, great. Making progress. The cafeteria had the most awful Chinese food. Oh no, I've had the misfortune of being forced to eat. Oh gosh, like university food. You know what I mean? It's hit or miss. It's mostly miss, if we're gonna be honest. So I'm sorry that happened to you. Jen, hello, good evening. I just sat down to read after work and watching a lacrosse game. Awesome. Reading Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. That's the second book to everyone in my family has killed someone. The longest titles to ever exist. Cool. I hope you like it. However, he isn't my favorite male MC, though. Interesting. In the series, Millie, or just in general? Because I'm interested to hear you answer either of those questions. I was telling Brittany that if Leandra likes it too, that I'll have to make merch. We have to document this moment. I know. Honestly, I'm like on tenterhooks. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I gonna like break everyone's hearts, or am I gonna just be with you all? I'm hoping, obviously, it's the latter, but we're going to see how it goes. Because I've also seen some people, I don't know, a few people mentioned that they actually ended up not liking the book. I kind of like, I'm like in the Discord, but I've been kind of trying not to really see too much. And someone was saying that they may have, I'm saying a very like, I don't know, new trendy term, the ick. They got the ick from him. I don't know if that's what they used, but I was kind of like, okay, so there is a faction of people who don't like this book. But most people love it. So yeah, I got to 94% of Blood Scion. I still don't know. How do we say this, Julie? Do you know?
I would say Scion, but I don't know what's correct.
I'll take your word for it because I was like, I don't know how to say it. So Blood Scion. I can't stop crying. Oh my gosh, this book is just one of the most impactful things I have ever read. So Luna,
wow, this
is and 94%. So you're just bawling. Supper's been got to 94% of 94%. What is the meaning of this? Friends? Is this a sign? Why are we all at 94%? I'm not. So excited to read Heartless. At 65% of this all grows heavy. I'm enjoying this, but then again, I like weird horror. Okay, I was worried that you wouldn't like it, but I'm glad that it's weird horror that you're into. Maybe you should read The Dead Take the A Train because it's a different type of weird, but it is weird. Hey, y'all. Hello, Christy. Starting chapter 7 of The Getaway. Working my way out of a slump. I wish you luck. We goosebumps here. I hope it goes well. Bullet Train is so good. That's what I've heard. It looks so fun. Oh gosh, and the book is much better. Why did I knew that there was a book. I did know that there was a book. Maybe I should read that first. I bet it's a translation. Because I think it's originally Japanese. I might be wrong there. I didn't realize it was a book. Coda. Everything is a book. Everything is our lives are books. We are the main characters.
Yeah.
Here we go. I also thought telegrams for full stop too. I mean, it could be both, right?
Yeah.
Telegrams end each sentence with the word stop. So maybe that is also stop. Yeah, full stop.
Maybe it's related.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I love the history of that. Hello, Brooklyn. Good morning to you. Or good afternoon.
Good morning.
I feel like it might be morning. Mid-morning?
Mid-morning?
Is it like 10?
Yeah.
10 a.m. for you? Just throwing that out there. I just looked it up. Full stop goes back into the origin of our alphabet and writing. I love this. But was referenced by Chaucer, Shakespeare, but also in telegrams throughout history. That is very interesting. I love that. Or, I'm not a big fan of Shakespeare, and not that I would read it for pleasure, but a lot of words that we use were just like made up by him. And I find that really interesting.
Yeah. Like a lot of stuff goes back to him introducing it. Yeah.
For sure. Or there's always that reference of like, there's a quote and they're like, oh, was it Shakespeare or the Bible? And like, no one knows. Like, they're just like, I don't know.
Could be either.
Yeah, exactly. Could be both.
Yeah.
Reading between Butcher and Blackbird and At First Bite. Whoa, I have, oh my gosh, I almost knocked all the books over. It's fine. But I have At First Bite and I need to read it. And I have the audiobook too. Jojo, let me know if you're reading it on audio and if you recommend it or if you don't, because I was thinking about immersion reading it. So
I really liked the audiobook of that one. Of At First Bite. I really did.
Oh my gosh. I was like asking Jojo. I should have been asking Julie. I was asking the wrong J name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I hope Jojo liked it too if they're reading it. But yeah, I really liked the audiobook.
Yeah. And it's going to be like pretty much my first Olivia Dade. Like I think I started one Olivia Dade once and I realized I just wasn't in the mood for romance. So I put it down. So I wouldn't argue that it was like, I think I got like a chapter in and I was like, I'm not actually interested in romance right now. So I'm calling this my first Olivia Dade because I don't even remember which book it was that I just decided not to read. Just finished my book, wanted to finish before I joined the chatty bit. Honestly, book 2 was better. That's amazing. Nice. I love when that happens. I have a few series in my mind. Actually, Renee, speaking of middle grade, for the Brightstorm series, the Brightstorm twins, Dark Whispers is my favorite in the series. It's like a trilogy so far. And book 2 is my favorite. What can I say? Yeah. Studying for a test. Hello, Megan. Megan also, by the way, had messaged me. I see her thanking me. She, of course, asked me the best question ever and was like, hey, like my school, the library is getting rid of a bunch of books, a lot of Agatha Christie's. What titles should I take? And I sent her a list. I was like, I feel you. Yes. And I think they're Bantam Classic Edition. So they're quite nice, actually.
Nice.
Willa is honestly just so fiery, a breath of fresh air. And I think that also will be great, just like to switch things up. You know, like when you have a romance series and maybe the leads feel too similar to the book before, these seem very different, which is great. I have to go. It's time for my watch along. That's right. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Katie is doing a watch along. I can't remember what it's for. If someone can remind me what movie it is.
Is it 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. I totally meant to plug Katie because, you know, if people by the end of the night or whatever time of day, you no longer want to read or be productive, but you want to watch a movie or I don't know, just have a chill night with Katie. Yes. So starting at 7:30 our time. So right now, feel free to go over there, especially if you just are in the movie mood, and say hi to her for me because I totally meant to plug her. But feel free to add the link if someone can. I went longer than necessary. I was very much absorbed in One Piece and Nintendo 64. That sounds really fun. In the series, I'm a Jasper girl. That's book 3. And I'm kind of excited.
So
good to know. Oh, I picked my 14th book for my shopping list, Dungeons and Drama. Oh my gosh. I also picked substitutes just in case some books aren't available at the store. Smart. Always be prepared. It's 9:30 a.m. here in Australia. Substitutes are smart. Hi, ladies. Hello, Gabby. I'm going to be bouncing between The Familiar by Lee Bardugo and Filter World by Kyle Chayka. I've never heard of Filter World before. Japanese, yes. It was so much fun. I found the movie pretty disappointing after reading it. Oh my gosh. The book was just so much more fun. Interesting. Team Spooky. Woohoo! Yeah. I even have I have 4 out of my 5 co-host favorites sitting here in anticipation of it. So yeah.
Yes.
I was also thinking, friends, that we could, when we end the talk, we can just like sprint for whenever, and then I'll manually end the stream so that you guys can go over to Jess's channel, just because that makes things a bit easier. And then you're not talking for like too much. So I'll try to wrap up the talk for in the next couple minutes. We'll make sure to like praise Julie for being a guest and everything like that, and then we can do a little mini sprint at the end. I haven't found it on audio, so I've only got physical copy. Okay. But if you do find an audio, it's okay so far. I'm a tad confused over a character, but I guess it will make sense when it's supposed to. Well, I mean, I suppose I'm offering Julie as someone you can speak to, but if you have questions, yeah. Thinking I will call it a night. See you next time. Sounds good, Renee. We'll see you next time. I finished The Salt Grows Heavy, and I'm headed to Katie's for the watch along. Sounds great. Yes, have fun. Dungeons and Drama was so good. It was a fluffy and cute.
Nice.
Side note, I just finished Just Stab Me Now. Maggie, what is this title? And where can I get it? If you like tropey fantasy romance, it's one of the most fabulous things I've read this year. I would not have guessed that. I almost would have guessed, you know what's been weird? I've seen like humorous thrillers lately. So it's like satire and kind of funny. So I was thinking that it was like a fun thriller.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on Turtles All the Way Down because I want to see the movie. Smart. I'll hang around, then move to Jess's sprints. 100 of 200 pages done. You can do it. Might finish Sunbearer Trials tonight after all. Thanks for the sprints, of course. And that's the last comment I'm seeing right now. So just so everyone knows, this will be our last little mini sprint. I'll make sure to add the banner. And of course, it already says Jess's name, so we're good there. Yeah, and thanks everyone for hanging out with us on this Friday. Thank you, Julie, for honestly impromptu joining me, because I was like, oh, well, maybe, you know, I like sent the link, and that's good to know that the link isn't like the mods don't necessarily see the link.
I think it just depends on which of the chats you're in and stuff. Yeah.
No, okay, that tracks. But cool, yeah. So, and also, if you want to refresh the page, Julie is linked below, so make sure you're subscribed to her. She's Keep Calm with Books and Coffee. She has her little moniker right there, so it's perfect. Yeah, thanks, JoJo, for being here. I appreciate you, and you are all going to be in good hands with Jess because she is a riot, based on a series of YouTube shorts. Interesting. Only concerned with resolving the political plot and not having a tropey. Okay. Pulling on her. Thanks for the sprints. After your sprints end, I will go and watch the Barbie. Alicia, that's so much fun. That's gonna be. I mean, we were talking about Ryan Gosling earlier.
I was going to say another Ryan Gosling connection.
Yeah, this is meant to be. Okay, perfect. I hope you have a good night too, Chris. It was really nice seeing you. Because I feel like we've been ships passing in the night sometimes. We're just gonna like casually change the timer. What time is it? So maybe 24 minutes. Is that what I need to do?
Yep.
Approximately. So you guys are going to see behind the curtain what it all looks like. So we'll do 24 minutes, and I'll be sure to, make sure that we are prepped and ready to go for that. Yeah. Thanks again for being here, friends. We will not see you when we get back. We'll see you at Jess's. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Leandra. This was fun.
Of course. It's been too long. Also, Julie is going to be on my sprints. No, she's not. She's going to be on Brittany's sprints, and I'm going to be on Brittany's sprints as well next Tuesday. So
yeah.
Click notify me on Brittany's channel and all that jazz. But okay. So happy sprinting for 24 minutes.